Good morning, guys. We're going to start our 9 a.m. class this morning. So still practicing all of the things that we need to be practicing as far as social distancing. We also are getting together, and because of the shutdown happening in Oklahoma, we're going to be changing the way that we format and get classes to you, but we will still be getting classes to you. But with that being said, let's go ahead and forget about all of those things happening right now and just start off in a seated position. Finding a comfortable spot, finding both sit points, having the shoulders stacked over the hips, sitting up tall along the spine. And then beginning to close the eyes, coming within, starting to breathe. Taking big breaths in through the nose, big breaths out the nose, tapping into that Ujjayi breath. Clearing your head, forgetting about all of the things going on outside of that mat at this moment. Taking a big belly breath in through the nose, hold it at the top. Big exhale out the mouth. Let's do that again, in through the nose, hold it at the top. Big exhale out the mouth. Give me one more big breath in through the nose, hold it at the top. Another sip in, open up the mouth, exhale out. Nice, inhaling in for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, hold it at the top. Exhale for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold it at the bottom. Try to relax here. Inhale for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold it at the top. Exhale for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold it at the bottom. Inhale for 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold it at the top. Exhale, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold it at the bottom. Inhale, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold. Exhale, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold. One more time. Inhale for 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold. One more sip in. Open up the mouth, exhale out. Coming back to a comfortable breath for you, matching your inhales to exhales, trying to keep this breath bigger than your day-to-day breath, filling up the lungs all the way as you inhale in, and as you exhale out, exhaling to the very bottom, squeezing the lungs. Inhaling the arms up overhead and releasing the fingers, flipping the palms towards the ceiling. Get a big side body stretch out of both sides, pulling the upper body away from the lower body. And then grounding down through your right hip, reach up and over to the left, lengthening through the right side body a little bit more. Back to center. Lengthen up tall into center. Ground down through the left side. Reach up and over to the right. And then back to center. Taking your left hand down to the mat. Inhale your right arm overhead. Reach up and over to the left, maybe bending through that left elbow, getting a little bit more of a side body stretch than you did the first time. Back to center, inhale, left arm up overhead, right hand comes down to the mat, reach up and over to the right. Maybe bending through the elbow, getting a little bit deeper than you did the first time. And then back to center, coming into a box, tabletop position, hands and knees. Shoulders are directly stacked over elbows, elbows over wrists, spread the fingers wide. You're gonna have your hips over your knees, tuck your toes. Taking a couple cat-cows here, dropping the belly to look up, spreading the collarbones, spreading the sit bones. Exhale, pushing the floor away from you, tucking the chin, arching the back, tucking the tailbone. Dropping the belly, spreading the collarbones, spreading the sit bones, looking up. Exhale, pushing the floor away from you, tucking the chin, arching the back, tucking the tailbone. Taking a couple more cat-cows to your own breath, maybe adding some C curves, some full body circles. Keeping a hold of that breath as you go through your movement. Taking 3 more rounds wherever you're at in a meeting knee and a neutral spine. And then shifting forward onto your bellies. Laying down long on the mat. If you have some props at home or a pillow, you're welcome to use a pillow here, but you're going to take your right knee at a 90-degree bend straight out from the hip. So you're opening up the hip, you're taking it out to a T shape away from the hip. So you're creating a half box or 90-degree angle in the right leg. Grounding down through the right hip. Again, at home, if you need a little bit more out of this stretch, you can take a pillow underneath that right thigh to get a little bit deeper. And then coming back to center, both legs go long, switching to the other side, taking the left knee straight out from the hip over to the left. Creating a 90-degree bend through that left leg. Flexing through your left foot, making it active, grounding down through your left hip, trying to open up that hip a little bit. Again, if you're at home, you can use a pillow underneath that left thigh to open up the hip a little bit more. And then coming back to center, both legs go long. Hands come parallel to the chest, tuck the toes, knees up, belly button first, push it up, plank. Up and back in a down dog. Feet are hip distance apart, knees press out and away from each other. Spread the sit bones wide, get long in the spine, rotating the triceps forward, bending through the elbows, finding all 4 corners of your palms. Maybe walking your dog, stretching out the backs of your legs. And then looking forward, taking the tiniest of tiptoes to the front of the mat to forward fold. Take it nice and slow and intentional. That way you stretch out the legs. Feet are hip distance apart and forward fold. Knees press out and away from each other. Spread the sit bones wide, get long in the spine, let the head hang heavy. Inhale, half back, reaching the crown of the head forward. Tailbone reaches back, finding a long spine. Spread the sit bones wide. Exhale, release, let your head hang heavy. Inhale, look up, reach up, stretch up, reaching all the way up. Exhale, forward fold. Plant the hands into the mat, hop back to chaturanga, half plank. Lower all the way down onto the mat, drop the hips, point the toes, pull the chest up through cobra. Spread the collarbones wide, staying out of the lower back, shining through the heart space behind you, pulling the heart forward out of the chest. Gently release, but keeping the shoulders slightly high, hands are parallel to the chest, tuck the toes, knees up, belly button first, push it up, plank. Up and back into down dog. Feet are hip distance apart, spread the sit bones wide, get long in the spine. Maybe walk out that dog, stretching out the backs of the legs. All right, this time we're actually gonna take tiny tiptoes and we're gonna slow down and you're gonna stretch out the backs of your legs. So literally like 1-inch tiptoes all the way to the front of the mat, bringing the heels close to the mat as you stretch out your legs. When you get to the middle of your mat, shift your shoulders past your wrist and then continue the tiptoes to the front of the mat to forward fold. Ah, that was better. A little bit more. Here we go. Let the head hang heavy. Weight of the body shifted forward in the balls of the feet. Inhale, half back. Reach the crown of the head forward, tailbone reaches back. Spread the sit bones wide. Exhale, forward fold. Let the head hang heavy. Inhale, look up, reach up, stretch up. Reach for the sky all the way up. Exhale, forward fold. Hands plant into the mat, step it back into plank. Lower halfway down, chaturanga. Drop the hips, point the toes, pull the chest up through cobra. Shine through the heart space behind you, pulling the heart forward out of the chest. Relax the shoulders away from the ears. Gently release, but keep the chest slightly high. Hands are parallel to the sternum, tuck the toes, knees up, belly button first, push it up, plank. Up and back into down dog. Big inhale through the nose. Big exhale out the mouth. Look forward one more time. Take those tiny, slow, intentional tiptoes to the front of the mat. When you get to the middle of the mat, shift your shoulders past your wrist and continue the tiptoes. Everybody likes to speed right through that. Let the head hang heavy. Inhale, half back, reach the crown of the head forward, tailbone reaches back, find a long spine. Exhale, forward folds. Inhale, look up, reach up, stretch up, reach for the sky all the way up. Zip the legs together, squeezing the ankles, calves, knees, thighs, hips, and then sink the butt to a 90-degree angle into power pose, chair pose. Hands stay high, chest stays lifted, relax the shoulders away from the ears, spread the fingers wide so that you find the middle of your palms, and then sink it 5 inches. Ooh. And then 5 more. And then 5 more. And then you're gonna roll all the way onto your backs, hug your knees into your chest, give yourself a nice, lovely squeeze. You're gonna take both legs long, both arms overhead. And then you're slowly to the count of 5 going to bring your feet towards your hands upward. And then when we get to the top, we're gonna bring it back down to the count of 5. So really engage that core, pull the belly in, and start to bring the hands and feet together for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold. And then all the way back down for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Take a moment. If you need to, you just hold boat pose in whatever variation that you need. I know this is hard. I know my body itself couldn't do this at this moment, so don't feel any fret at home and or here if you're having troubles. So we're gonna pulse back up for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold for a second. And down for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Just 3 more. Pull up for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold. And back down for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Back up. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Back down. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. One more. Let's get tricky. Ready? Up. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Back up. All right, and back down for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hug the knees into your chest. That was a lot of work. Good job, guys. Right after that power pose, you know, just wanted to get you nice and sweaty at the beginning of class. Start to roll forward and backward, coming up into forward fold. Good job. Feet are hip distance apart. Knees press out and away from each other. Spread the sit bones wide, get long in the spine. Spread your toes wide, grip the mat. Inhale, half back, reach the crown of the head forward, tailbone reaches back, long spine. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, look up, reach up, stretch up, reach for the sky all the way up. Right hand's gonna grab the left wrist. You're gonna reach it up and over to the right, bump the hips to the left. Grounding down through all 4 corners of both feet. Really, really swaying out to the left. Come back to center. Switch the grip, reach up and over to the left, bump the hips to the right. Activate lower belly so that you don't dump into your lower back. The chest is staying square to the front of the mat as you reach up and over, and kind of bump those hips a little bit farther to the right. And then back to center. Hands are gonna come at the lower back, fingertips up. Roll the shoulder blades onto the back like you're squeezing a pencil between them. Ground down through all 4 corners of your feet, soft knee bend. And then you're going to keep your pelvic floor where it's at. Reach up and back, getting a tiny baby back bend. Try to keep the head attached to the body as much as possible, lengthening through the spine. Nice. Exhale, forward fold. Let your head hang heavy in between your knees. Inhale, half back, reach the crown of the head forward, tailbone reaches back, long spine. Exhale, forward fold. Plant the hands into the mat, hop back, chaturanga, half plank. Push up, full plank. So yeah, there we go. And then shift forward onto the tiptoes, lower down for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Drop the hips, point the toes, pull the chest up through cobra. Staying out of the lower back, pull the heart forward, roll the shoulder blades onto the back, long spine. Exhale, release, keep the shoulders slightly high, tuck the toes, knees up, belly button first, push it up, plank, up and back into down dog. Big inhale through the nose. Big exhale out the mouth. Inhale the right leg up, 3-legged down dog. Keep the hips square to the front of the sticky mat, really flexing through that right heel. Pull the right knee into the chest. Angry cat through the back, and then all the way through low lunge. 90-degree bend in that front knee, spike the back heel, pull the left hip forward and the right hip back so your hips are square to the front of the sticky mat. And then you're gonna look forward, shift forward, coming into half moon, taking your right hand in front of your right foot, stacking your hips on top of each other, opening up your hips. Arms are coming into a T shape. Roll your shoulder blades onto your back, squeeze a pencil between them, stitch your ribs together. Nice. Both hands down, standing split, square your hips off to the front of the mat, and then press your heel up toward your head. With control, slowly step it back, low lunge. Screw the back heel down, windmill and open, warrior 2. 90-degree bend in the front leg, press on the outside edge of that back foot, bringing up the inner thigh of the back leg. Shoulders are stacked over hips, stitch the ribs together, pull the belly in, spread the fingers wide, find the middle of the palms. Flip the right hand up, reverse it. Back to warrior 2. Big shift, hands are gonna come to heart center. You're gonna go flying monkey at the back of the mat. So you're gonna bend through the back knee and then extend the front leg long, flex through the front foot, sink the butt towards the left heel. And then back to the other side, we're gonna go into triangle pose at the front of the mat. So your front foot shifts to where it is parallel to the front edges of the mat. That back foot comes into a warrior 2 foot. Press on the outside edge of that back foot. Your right hand comes to the outside edge of your right foot. Your front leg's extended. Your femur bone is plugged into your hip socket. You stitch your ribs together, arms in a T shape, and look up at that top thumb. Squeeze the inner thighs together, reverse it, reach up and back. Come back to warrior 2. Arms are gonna sweep forward, squaring off the chest to the front of the mat, warrior 1. Spread the fingers wide, relax the shoulders away from the ears, activate that lower belly as you reach up and back, still pressing on the outside edge of that back foot. Spike the back heel into crescent lunge, square the hips off to the front of the mat. And then shift the weight of the body forward, coming into revolved half moon, taking your left hand in front of your right foot, your hips stay square. Shift the body, revolved half moon. Yeah, there we go. Arms are to T-shape, twisting through the abdominal muscles, flexing through that back heel. I'm really getting you out of your head today. You've got to listen to what's happening, right? Exhale, forward fold, let your head hang heavy. I thought I'd mix it up on everybody today. Not do the, just flow in your head. Inhale, hop back, reach the crown of the head forward, tailbone reaches back, long spine. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, look up, reach up, stretch up, reach for the sky, all the way up. Grabbing opposite elbows. You're gonna reach up and over to the right, bump the hips to the left, grounding down through both feet. Lengthening through your side bodies, activating all of the abdominal muscles. Remember that lower belly. Come back to center. Reach up and over to the left, bump the hips to the right. Lengthening through both side bodies, don't get too crunchy. Activate those abs. Back to center, hands are gonna come to the lower back, fingertips up. Roll the shoulder blades onto the back, puff up the chest, find all four corners of the feet, pick up the toes, grip the mat, reach up and back, finding a baby back bend. Keeping the pelvic floor where it's at, opening up the heart. Exhale, forward fold, let your head hang heavy in between your knees. Inhale, half back, reaching the crown of the head forward, tailbone reaches back, long spine. Exhale, release, hands plant into the mat, hop it back, chaturanga, half plank. Push up to plank. Nice, shift forward, lower down for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Drop the hips, point the toes, pull the chest up through cobra, stay out of the lower back, pull the heart forward. Relax the shoulders away from the ears, releasing that tension. Gently release, keep the shoulders slightly high, tuck the toes, knees up, belly button first, push it up plank, and then up and back into down dog. Feet are hip distance apart, knees press out and away from each other. Spread the sit bones wide, get long in the spine, making sure that you're not hyperextending through the upper back. So you're active through your shoulders. You're rolling the elbow creases forward to face forward, activating the upper arms. Spread all of your fingers wide, finding all four corners of your palms. Inhale, left leg high, three-legged down dog. Keep your hips square to the front of the sticky mat, flex through that heel. Pull the left knee into the chest, arch through the back, angry cat, and then all the way through the lunge. Spiking the back heel, strings attached to the back thigh. Pull your right hip forward, left hip pulls back, so hips are square to the front of the sticky mat. And then you're going to shift the weight of your body forward, coming into half moon. So you're gonna take your left hand in front of your left foot, bring that back leg up, stack the hips on top of each other, stitch the ribs together, pull the belly in, arms are in a T shape. Yeah, and then gaze maybe goes up towards that top thumb. Nice. Hands go down to the mat. Standing splits, square the hips off to the front of the mat, then press your heel up towards your head. Slowly with control, step it back to low lunge. Spike that back heel. Set up that foundation. Screw the back heel down, windmill it open, warrior two. 90-degree bend in that front leg. Press on the outside edge of that back foot, bringing up the inner thigh of that back leg. Shoulders are stacked over hips. Spread the fingers wide. Find the middle of the palms. Flip the left hand up, reverse it. Reach up and back. Back to warrior two. Hands are going to come to heart center, remembering that big transition that we did to flying monkey at the back of the mat. So you're bending through your back leg as you extend through your front leg, flexing your left foot up towards your hip crease, and then your butt is coming down to meet your right heel. Your chest is up, you're rolling your shoulder blades onto your back. Nice, another big weird transition. So we're just moving into triangle, don't overthink it. So you shift the weight of your body forward, soft knee bend through the front knee. Your front foot is parallel to the side edges of your sticky mat. You have a warrior two foot in your back foot, still pressing on the outside edge of that back foot. Your arms are in a T shape, stitch your ribs together, pull your belly in. Look up at that top thumb. Pulling the inner thighs together, reach up and back, reverse it. Nice, coming into warrior two, 90-degree bend in that front leg. Perfect. Squaring the shoulders off to the front of the mat, coming into warrior one, arms sweep up overhead, spread the fingers wide, keep that 90-degree bend in that front leg. Spike the back heel, coming into crescent lunge. Pull the right hip around so the hips are square to the front of the sticky mat. And then you're going to shift forward into revolved half moon this time. So your right hand comes in front of your left foot, your back leg comes up, your hips are squared, you're rotating open through your abdominal muscles, not through your hips. So the twist is happening through the core, and the arms are in a T shape looking up towards that top thumb. And then release to forward fold. Bridget, did you switch directions?
I think I was on the wrong foot.
Inhale, half back. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, look up, reach up, stretch up, reach for the sky all the way up. Zip the legs together, squeezing ankles, calves, knees, hips, all of it together. Sitting it down into chair pose. Activating through the lower belly. Chest is squared and up. Spread the fingers wide. I was like, how did she, what happened? It's fine. It's totally okay. Exhale, forward fold. I love it. Inhale, half back. Reach the crown of the head forward. Tailbone reaches back. Exhale, forward fold. Plant the hands into the mat. Hop it back to chaturanga. Push it up to plank. That hop back to chaturanga is difficult this morning. Find all four corners of your right palm. Shift it over into side plank. Taking the left hand, threading the needle through for 5. Thread the needle through, there we go. 5, 4, 3, Bridget, get out of your head. 2, 1, arms are back up into that T shape, and then you're gonna pulse your left leg up for 5. Here we go. 4, this shit's hard. 3, I don't know if I'm supposed to cuss. 2, 1, back to plank. Find all four corners of your left palm shifted over side plank on the opposite side. So if you got lost on one side, do it on the opposite side this time. Interlacing the right hand through, threading the needle through underneath the left armpit for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Arms back up into that T shape. Pulse the right leg up for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Coming back into plank. Press it up and back into down dog. Feet are hip distance apart. Knees press out and away from each other. Spread the sit bones wide. Get long in the spine. Big breath in through the nose. Big exhale out the mouth. Inhale the right leg up, 3-legged down dog. Hips are square to the front of the sticky mat, so don't let that right hip come up too high. Flex through the right heel. Nice. Pull the right knee into the chest, arch through the back, and then kick it back. Woo! Tricked ya. Come all the way through again. 2, all the way back. Nice, Rosie. Bridget, get out of your head. Come back through. We'll knee to chest. All the way through low lunge. I bet I got you at home too. All right, pull that left hip forward, right hip pulls back. They're really gonna cuss at me at the end of this. Okay, so we're gonna shift the weight of your body forward into that half moon. Take your right hand forward in front of your right foot. Back leg comes up. Stack the hips on top of each other. Stitch the ribs together. Both shoulders are rolling back onto the spine as you open up your chest towards the ceiling. Very good. Hands down to the mat, standing splits. Square the hips off to the front of the mat, then press the heel up towards the head. Lovely. Step it back into low lunge. Spike that back heel, set up your foundation. Pull the left hip forward. Nice. Screw the back heel down and mill it open, warrior 2. Press on the outside edge of that back foot, 90-degree bend in that front leg. Make sure that you're pulling your upper body away from your lower body so that you're not dumping into your lower back, and you have a slight pelvic tuck so that you can again lengthen the spine away from the hips. Flip the right hand up, reach up and back. Coming into warrior 2, once again. And then hands come to heart center. Remember that funky transition. You're gonna shift the weight of your body back into flying monkey. Bending through the back knee, straightening through the front leg, pulling the right toes up towards the hip crease as the butt slowly sinks even closer to the left heel. Chest is up, roll the shoulder blades onto the back, find that breath. Okay. Now, another funky transition, so we're moving into triangle pose. All you're doing is you're shifting the weight of your body forward, micro bend through that knee. Your front foot is parallel to the outside edges of the sticky mat. You have a warrior 2 foot in the back foot. Then your right hand is on the outside edge of your right foot. Your arms are in a T shape. You stitch the ribs together, pull the belly in. Nice. Isometrically squeezing the inner thighs towards each other. Reach up and back, reverse it. Come back to warrior two, 90-degree bend in that front leg. Transitioning into warrior one, squaring the chest off to the front of the mat, still pressing on the outside edge of that back heel, 90-degree bend in that front leg. Spread the fingers wide, find the middle of the palms, lift the upper body away from the lower body so you're not dumping into your hips. Spike your back heel, coming into crescent lunge. Reach up and back, opening up the heart. This time you're going to take your right hand behind you. Left hand's gonna come forward so your arms are in a T shape with a twist towards the right. Yeah, see, gotta get out of your head even more. All right, look forward, coming into revolved half moon. Shift the weight of your body forward. Take the left hand in front of the left foot. Bring up that back leg. Arms are in a T shape. The twist is happening through the core, not through the hips. Your hips are square. And then release, forward fold. Inhale, half back. Reach the crown of the head forward, tailbone reaches back. Exhale, forward fold, let the head hang heavy. Inhale, look up, reach up, stretch up, reach for the sky all the way up. Exhale, forward fold. Plant the hands into the mat, hop back, chaturanga, half plank. Let's see if we can get it. Ooh, almost. And then push up to plank. And then shift forward, lower down slowly, halfway chaturanga. Drop the hips, point the toes, pull the chest up through cobra. Pull the heart forward, stay out of the lower back. Relax the shoulders away from the ears. Plant through the tops of the feet. Gently release, keep the shoulders slightly high. Hands are parallel to the chest, tuck the toes, knees up, belly button first, push it up, plank. Up and back into down dog. Feet are hip distance apart, knees press out and away from each other. Spread the sit bones wide, get long in the spine. Inhale, that left leg high, three-legged down dog. Keep the hips square to the front of the sticky mat. Flex through that back foot. Bring the left knee into the chest, arch through the back, angry cat. Take it back to three-legged down dog. Back through angry cat, pull it into the chest. Nice. Back to three-legged down dog. One more time, in through the chest. Back to three-legged down dog. Not yet, Rosie, almost. And then pull it all the way through to low lunge this time as you pull it into your chest. Nice. Spike that back heel. Pull the right hip forward and the left hip back so your hips are square to the front of the sticky mat. And then you're gonna screw your back heel down, press on the outside edge of your back foot, windmill it open, warrior two. Shoulders stacked over hips, pull the upper body away from the lower body so that you're not dumping into your hips, but keeping that 90-degree bend. Flip the left hand up, reverse it, reach up and back. Come back to warrior two. Shift the weight of the body forward. I think I messed up. Shift the weight of the body forward, taking your left hand in front of your left foot, stacking your hips on top of each other, stitching your hips together, pulling your belly in, coming into half moon. I skipped it. We'll get it all evened out, even if it's not in the right order. Both hands down, standing splits. Slowly step it back, low lunge. Screw the back heel down, windmill it open, warrior two. Just an extra warrior two in there for you, you know, you're welcome. Hands to heart center. That funky transition to flying monkey at the back of the mat. Don't overthink it. Yeah, nice, Rosie, that was good. There we go. Bridget got out of your head that time. You at home, I hope you got out of your head that time. Coming into triangle pose. Again, don't overthink it. It's the same feet that you just used in warrior two. Yeah, see, that was a little bit better. It's just a weird transition we don't normally use, right? That's all it is. Isometrically squeeze the inner thighs together, reach up and back, reverse your triangle. Coming into warrior two, bending at a 90-degree angle in that front leg, still press on the outside edge of that back foot. Coming into warrior one, square the chest off to the front of the mat, spread the fingers wide, find the middle of the palms. Spike the back heel into crescent lunge. This time you're gonna take your left hand behind you as your right arm comes forward with a twist to the left. Nice, squeeze those inner thighs together, squeeze them tight. Shift the weight of the body forward, coming into revolved half moon. Take your right hand in front of your left foot, hips are square, back leg comes up, arms are in a T shape. The twist is happening through your core, not through your hips. And then release, forward fold. Inhale, half back, reach the crown of the head forward, tailbone reaches back, find a long spine. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, look up, reach up, stretch up, reach for the sky all the way up. Keeping your hands where they're at, so they're coming straight out from the shoulders, you're gonna reach it up and over to the right, bump the hips to the left. Find that strength through that upper body. Back to center. Reach up and over to the left, bump the hips to the right. Ground down through the feet. Come using all of the strength through the arms. Back to center. Hands are gonna come to the lower back, fingertips up. Roll the shoulder blades onto the back, squeeze a pencil between them, puff up that chest. Ground down through your feet and start to reach up and back for a back bend. And I'm gonna learn to talk again. Release, forward fold. Inhale, half back, reach the crown of the head forward, tailbone reaches back, find a long spine. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, look up, reach up, stretch up all the way up once again. Spread the fingers wide, find the middle of the palms. Now zip the legs together, squeezing ankles, calves, knees, thighs, hips. Sit a down chair pose. Sink it 5 inches. Use that lower belly, pull it in. Slide, just little bitty pelvic tuck. Sink it 5 more. See if you can roll back to boat and come back up into chair. Abdominal test, ready? And just for fun to make it, yeah, nice. How are you doing at home? Lovely. Okay, roll all the way back, come back up into chair. Can we get it? Can we get it? Oh, nice, guys. That's awesome. Release, forward fold. I mean, you gotta lighten it up. We're probably getting too serious at home too, right? Either that or you really just called me a really bad name at home. That's fine too. Plant your hands into the mat, hop back, chaturanga, halfway down. We're gonna move through a little bit faster this time. Push up plank, halfway down chaturanga, drop the hips, point the toes, pull the chest up through cobra. Gently release, keep the shoulders slightly high, tuck the toes, knees up, belly button first, push it up plank, up and back in a down dog. Right leg goes high, 3-legged down dog. Flex through that back heel, pull the right knee into the chest, arch through the back all the way through low lunge. Spike the back heel, hips are square to the front of the sticky mat. Shift the weight of the body forward into half moon. Take the right hand in front of the left foot, stack the hips on top of each other. Bring that back leg up, arms are in a T shape, stitch the ribs together, pull the belly in. Both hands down to the mat, standing split, square the hips off to the front of the mat, then press your heel up towards your head. Slowly step it back, low lunge. Screw the back heel down and mill it open, warrior 2. 90-degree bend in that front leg, press on the outside edge of that back foot. I feel like I'm like doing auctioneer. Flip that right hand up, reach up and back, reverse it. Come back to warrior 2. Hands come to heart center. Don't overthink that funky transition. Back to flying monkey at the back of the mat. And again, don't overthink that transition. Soft knee bend into that triangle pose at the front of the mat. Right hand outside of right foot. Stitch the ribs together, pull the belly in. Nice. Isometrically squeeze the inner thighs together, reach up and back, reverse it. Come to warrior 2. Woo! And then to warrior 1. Nice. 90-degree bend in that front leg. Spike the back heel, crescent lunge. Right arm sweeps back as the left arm sweeps forward with a T shape and cross to the right. Shift the weight of the body forward into revolved half moon. Killed it. And then release, forward fold. Inhale, half back. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, look up, reach up, stretch up, root to rise, reach all the way up. Sneaky chair pose. Squeeze the legs together, sit it down, chair pose. I love all of you. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half back. Exhale, forward fold. Plant the hands into the mat. Hop back, chaturanga, half plank. Push up to plank. Back to chaturanga. Drop the hips, point the toes, pull the chest up through cobra. Gently release. Chest is slightly high, tuck the toes, knees up, belly button first, push it up plank. Up and back in a down dog. We're almost there. Stick with me. We've got one more side. Left leg goes high, 3-legged down dog. Pull the left knee into the chest. all the way through low lunge. Spike the back heel, pull the right hip forward, left hip pulls back. Now shift the weight of the body forward, coming into half moon. Taking the left hand in front of the left foot, back leg comes up, stitch the ribs together, pull the belly in, stack the hips on top of each other. Both hands down, standing splits, square the hips off to the front of the mat. Slowly step it back, low lunge. Screw the back heel down the middle, open warrior two. Press on the outside edge of that back foot. Flip the left hand up, reverse it. Back to warrior two. Hands to heart center. Don't overthink that transition. Flying monkey at the back of the mat. Let the body flow. Back of the mat. There, that was. All right. Got you out of your head this morning. I win. Isometrically pull your inner thighs together. Reach up and back. Reverse it. Nice. Warrior two. And then to warrior one. Square the chest off to the front of the mat. Spread the fingers wide. Spike the back heel, crescent lunge. Then you sweep the left arm back, right arm comes forward, arm is to a T shape with a twist to the left. Nice. Shift forward, revolved half moon. Twisting through the core, not through the hips. Looking good. Forward fold. Inhale, half back, reach the crown of the head forward, tailbone reaches back, find a long spine. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, look up, reach up, stretch up, reaching all the way up. Exhale, forward fold. I'll be nice this time and we'll leave out that chair. Plant the hands into the mat, hop back, chaturanga. Push up plank. Halfway down, chaturanga. Drop the hips, point the toes, pull the chest up through cobra. Gently release, shoulders stay high, tuck the toes, knees up, belly button first, push it up plank, up and back into down dog. Right leg goes high, three-legged down dog, hips are square to the front of the sticky mat. Pull it through into pigeon on your right side. Keeping your back toes tucked, your hips are square to the front of the sticky mat. You're dorsiflexing through that front foot. You can stay with your chest high, or if you'd like to, you can come down to your forearms. If you'd like to take it even deeper than that, you can extend your arms out in front of you, resting your third eye and or forehead to the mat. Slowing that breath back down, finding control. Slowly walking your hands back to meet your hips. Chest is tall, shoulders are trying to stack a little bit over the hips, but not quite. And then you're taking your left hand, reaching for the inside arch of your left foot, working eventually your left toes into that elbow crease. If you have a bind and you'd like to take it, go for it. Come on, Rosie, you got it. Gently release, don't let it slingshot. Roll to the outside edge of your right hip. Bring the left leg around, we're coming into fire log. So your right shin is going to line up with the front edge of your sticky mat. So your right shin is parallel to the front edge of the sticky mat. Your left foot comes and stacks on top of that right knee. You shift your pelvic floor forward, maybe pull the flesh out from underneath you so that your groin is hollow. And then you have this lovely conversation with your body that eventually maybe the shins meet, looking like a lovely cozy fire log in your fireplace at home. Chest is tall, heart is forward. Slowly and gently being nice to yourself, coming out of it. So you shift your pelvic floor backward, then start to release the legs out. You're going to non-gracefully, more than likely, move into plank pose. If you can make it graceful, I'm really proud of you, but mine does not ever look graceful. And then up and back into down dog. Left leg goes high, three-legged down dog. Pigeon on the opposite side. Keep your back toes tucked. Hips are square to the front of the sticky mat. Dorsiflexing through that front foot. Upper body lengthens away from the lower body. And you can keep your chest high. You can come onto your forearms, or if you'd like to, lengthen all the way out, taking arms out in front of you and bringing that third eye or forehead to the mat. Still sticking with a big Ujjayi breath, the audible breath that's in through the nose and out through the nose, fogging up that invisible mirror. Starting to walk the hands back to meet the hips. Chest is tall, heart is shining forward. Right hand grabs for the inside arch of the right foot, bringing the right toes and working them close to the right elbow crease. Eventually one day, it doesn't have to happen today. If you have a bind, go for it, making sure that you're squeezing your inner thighs together as you reach up and back to lengthen away from the floor. Gently release, don't let it slingshot. Roll to the outside edge of that left hip this time, coming into fire log on the opposite side. Your left shin lines up parallel with the short end and front end of your sticky mat. You flex through your left foot, and then you bring your right foot to the outside edge of your left thigh. You flex through your left foot, you pull the flesh out from underneath you, and then you have this lovely conversation with your body as you begin to breathe. Chest is tall. You okay, Rosie? Okay. It's that lovely conversation that's happening. Yeah. You've got to be a little masochistic if it is your favorite. One more deep breath. Gently, slowly coming out of it, be nice to yourself. Roll onto your back. Hug your knees into your chest. Give yourself a nice, lovely squeeze. Just about done torturing you. Interlace your hands between your feet. Grab the outside edges of your feet into happy baby. Grounding down through your tailbone, lengthening through your spine. Maybe you pull your butt up a little bit and pull it away from your upper body. And then whenever you're ready, letting go of one foot at a time, coming into your final resting pose, your Shavasana. Taking up as much space or as little space as you need on the mat. Finding a place of clarity, a place to just be, leaving the outside world where it's at. Finding this place of peace, letting go. Slowly starting to move your fingers and toes, deepening your breath. Inhaling your arms up overhead, getting a full body stretch like you're waking up in the morning. Gently pulling your knees into your chest, giving yourself a nice little hug. And whenever you're ready, rolling onto your right side, resting your head on your right forearm. Taking one last moment of you, one last moment of peace. Maybe finding something to have a little bit of gratitude for at this moment to hold on to throughout the rest of your day. Whenever you're ready, slowly start to make it up into a comfortable seated position at the front of your mat. Sitting up super tall, eyes closed. Inhale, arms up overhead. Exhale, hands to heart center. Take a chin bow to yourself, respecting your inner light. Taking this moment to thank yourself for taking care of your body today. The light within me honors the light within you. Namaste. Thanks guys for joining us today. Glad you got to take care of you today. We will have more videos coming up, so keep in touch with our link here at YouTube. So have a good day.